YouTube, what's going on? It's Father Dark, and it's Monday morning, bright and early for me. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Super Bowl just ended. Hope everybody enjoyed their Super Bowl experience. I'm not really into sports, but I know a lot of people are, so I hope that was a fun experience for everybody. But in this video, we're going to be talking about a topic that I saw on I actually saw it on Twitter, but I noticed that it was originally a conversation that was had on the Marvel Rivals subreddit. So, there's a lot of people that were talking about the new skins that came out, and I don't know which one they were referring to, but they said $22. So I'm assuming that was the Captain America skin, or maybe it was the Luna one. I didn't get either one simply because I'm not a Cap nor a Luna main whatsoever. I'm more of a cloak and dagger kind of guy when it comes to healers, and a penny guy when it comes to tanks. But nonetheless, though, I know a lot of people like those skins and they were really into them. I forget exactly what those skins are called, but like for the example, the Captain America skin is like the ultra skin or whatever it's called when it's like the highest rarity and has all the sound effects and all that kind of stuff. So I know there are a lot of people into that, but nonetheless, though, the topic that was had was were the skins too expensive? Because basically the guy was saying, he's like, oh, well, it's $22 for a skin. That's a lot. They need to lower the prices. And through reading the comments on both Twitter and Reddit, it seemed like this was something that a lot of people felt kind of strongly about either way. And I've had this kind of like topic and conversation before on my channel. In regards to Call of Duty, because a lot of people seem to think that, with free-to-play games that the cosmetics should be cheaper. Now, there's some people that are just kind of, I feel like, a little bit entitled, and they just feel like, oh, well, cosmetics should never cost more than like $5. And then you have some people that, they feel like maybe they should be somewhere in between, maybe like 10, maybe even 15, but they feel like, kind of like $20 for a bundle or a skin or whatever is a little too much. And, in all honesty, Call of Duty is a little bit different simply because I feel like they have more to offer, because you actually get for your loadouts and stuff, you get different skins and stuff, you get different loadouts that come with different attachments that you may or may not have unlocked. See, me, I usually unlock all that stuff right away, when the game first releases, so I can just get it out of the way. So if the meta ever changes, I don't have to go back and take time to level stuff up, because I don't really like multiplayer, just play Warzone. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is because it's kind of, I feel like, a fair comparison when it comes to the difference between games. Whereas in this game, you're pretty much just paying for the skin itself. There is no extra stuff. There's not finishing moves. There's not loadouts that come with it. You do get sometimes you get a calling card. Obviously they come with MVP screens and stuff like that. Or emotes, whatever. They kind of find a way to balance it out. It's not like you're just getting a skin. You are getting other things that are specific to that character. But the other issue that I feel like should be brought up, just in a fairness of comparison, is the fact that a lot of times you switch depending upon what's going on. It's it's actually really rare that people are just one tricks. I feel like most people that are actually really playing the game have multiple different characters that they want to play. Or you run into the situation where people might load in first and insta lock the character that you like to play, so you have to play something else. Because you can't really just back out, you get penalized. Whereas in games like Call of Duty, you don't have it's not character specific. So the whole team could be wearing the same skin and have the same finishers, whatever, right? Be using the same exact loadouts. So you could constantly, if you get a bundle in COD, you could actually just use that all the time. Whereas in this game, you're not guaranteed that you're gonna be able to use it all the time unless you're playing a Doom match or something like that, right? Which I don't think anybody plays this game just to play the Doom matches. So now that we got that out of the way, even saying all of that, I still feel like with a free-to-play game, there's a couple of things that we should think about, right? One, the game is free-to-play. That's the obvious one, right? It's free-to-play, right? When you have games that aren't free-to-play, which is a big topic of discussion with something like Call of Duty, where it's a hybrid. You have the core game that gets released every year that you pay $70 for at the least. And then you have the free experience, which is Warzone, right? And I usually will get the actual game just because in that month that it releases, there is no update to Warzone. So I'll get that, level up all my loadouts and stuff like that. get everything situated, and then I usually don't ever touch it again unless I just need to warm up for Warzone. But as a content creator, that specifically was for Call of Duty initially, that's just an investment that I'm used to making when it comes to that. But for the most part, though, you don't have to buy those cosmetics, though, right? Like, and if you're someone that only plays Warzone, it makes sense. And that's still kind of like a highly debatable topic. But with a game like this, where it's just solely free to play, I'm totally for cosmetics, as long as nothing in the game is any type of pay to win, right? Like if there's a skin that somehow gives you slightly more damage or makes you faster or something like that. No, totally against that. But for the most part, though, the game is free to play, right? Like realistically, let's just be fair, I'm biased here. Like how are they supposed to make money from a free to play game? Like you do understand there's people like developers that have to work on this game that they expect to get paid somehow, right? And the cosmetics are the only way that they can get paid. And to be honest with you, like the price for most games, like, games as a service, which are like free to play games and stuff like that, this is a pretty standard price range for like their bundles and stuff. And you have other games that have just been kind of getting out of hand. Now, I don't play like League of Legends or any of like, other games like that and stuff like that. But I have seen where people were talking about how sometimes they'll have like super ultra skins or something like that. That'll be like $100 or something. I know Apex Legends for a while. Like I used to play Apex when it first came out, but then I had stopped for a while, for a very long time. But I still every now and again it'll come across my feed or something where they come out with these ridiculous bundles. I know there was like one that was like $100, maybe like $300 or something, and it gave you like a special, like the box that people have when you delete them or whatever or eliminate them. It has like their like little casket box or whatever that you loot from. It just gave you like a special version of that, like a cosmetic to make it look different. I know like there's been times like in the past, I know they've changed it since then, but whatever, like the little item that you get that's like specific to your character, you would have to like constantly keep like buying like the little random boxes or whatever, which is kind of like a form of gambling to me, because you don't know what you're going to get. And I've never really been into that. And you would have to buy so many of those to be able to get, your little, I think it's called a heirloom or whatever. So, there's different games kind of take it too far. And I do feel like when things cost too much, it turns people off. Like even if you have the money for it, it's just like, why would I spend that much money for a cosmetic? Especially when it's a situation where you have to keep buying stuff over and over again and you don't even know if you're going to get that specific cosmetic like that. I feel like people kind of naturally will speak with their wallets and just not buy them. And, game companies will say, okay, well that we tried that didn't really work. Let's go back to whatever the prices were originally. But for the most part, though, Call of Duty, Fortnite, this game, multiple other ones that are like free to play and stuff like that, when they have cosmetics and bundles and stuff like that, they're usually around the like $15 to $20 like price range, depending upon how much work or detail or whatever is put into them. Sometimes even more than that. Like COD, for example, has released like $30 bundles. Usually they're what they call like party bundles, where it'll come with like 4 different skins. Now the skins will usually be like similar to each other. Like there was one called like the Wubs bundle. It looked like literally like Teletubbies, and it came with 4 different colors of Wubs. So that way, like if you're in a squad and you guys all want to wear like the same skin, or if you just one day want to be the purple Wubs or the pink one or the brown one, whatever, you had that ability to change it out. Plus they came with like 3 different blueprints for your loadouts. Calling cards. Sometimes they'll come with a finishing move, sometimes not, but it just depends, right? But it's usually like, it takes up your whole screen with all the stuff that comes in it, right? So there's that. But I do feel like the pricing for Marvel Rivals is pretty fair, right? And the thing is that I think a lot of people don't really seem to understand about cosmetics is that you don't have to buy cosmetics. When the new Cap skin and the new Luna skin came out, you didn't see me like rushing to buy them. Now, when skins come out for characters that I actually main and care about, yeah, like Cloak and Dagger skin comes out and it's actually fire, I'll cop that. Squirrel Girl comes out, cop that. Anybody that I really am into like that, they release something new for penny, I'm buying that off rip, So, and like I said, those are all optional. Those are things that, they don't add anything to the game except it's just something for you to just have. But, you could be a pro at the game and literally never spend a dime on it. And, that's the day and age that we live in. When I was growing up, there were no free to play games. You just had to, if you wanted to play a game, you had to buy it. There was no way around it. Right. And a lot of people also don't understand that when you have free to play games, it creates, the ability for them to just continuously make content for it. See, like when you have games that aren't free to play and they come out and you have to buy them, you're just kind of locked in. You might get a little bit of DLC content here or there, but they have no motivation to do anything to the game because they're not being paid. Like imagine you go to work and it's just like, all right, we're going to pay you for this first week and then we want you to show up to McDonald's every week after that. And no, we're just not going to pay you. Like, no, you want to be paid every 2 weeks or however, frequently it is that you get paid, right? So, these are just like things, just things to think about, like just being fair and being a rational person and thinking about it from someone else's perspective, right? Instead of feeling entitled and thinking like, oh, I should just be able to get all these cosmetics for free, damn near, or, just so cheap that what's the point, So, and the thing is too, is, I saw some of the people they were saying like, well, there's like 35 characters in the game and, blah, blah, blah. What if I want to buy like this skin and this skin and that skin? And it's like, bro, I want a Ferrari to be sitting in my driveway, but I don't have Ferrari money. I have, my car is like a 2016. My wife's brand new. That's what we have money for. But like they're reasonably priced cars though. They're not, what I'm saying? They're not Lamborghinis and Ferraris and stuff. Like just because we want things in life, like if you're not to that point, you have to understand that that's not where you are and to live within your means, right? Like, I know I have, friends and stuff like that where there's new shoes that come out and, they'll be like $900,000 for a pair of Yeezys or something. These people are like, I gotta have these, the new J's dropped. I gotta have these. And I'm like, I would rather put that money into a home that I own, and it's just, everybody has different priorities, right? Like, but it is what it is at the end of the day. You have to figure out what's important to you. And if it's that relevant and if not, then not, with my kids, they jump around games a lot. They play a lot of different games. And I will usually wait until they've shown that they're actually really into a game and are consistently playing it before I give them any type of money for microtransactions, like I said, it's things like that, right? Because a lot of times they'll come to me and they'll say, yo, I just downloaded this new game and I want to dress up as this character or whatever. And I'm like, okay. Then I wait, week, 2 weeks. I see if it's something that they've been consistently playing. And then, I go, okay, let me go get you some Robux or V-Bucks or whatever it is, right? If you're really into it. But there's just been too many times in the past where they act like they really wanted something in a game. You get it for them and then they no longer play it 2 days later, right? So it's kind of the same thing. And I'm even like that with myself. I'm very hesitant with a game before I'll actually put any kind of money into it. When I first started playing Marvel Rivals, I didn't know if I was going to continue to play it. So I didn't get the initial battle pass right away. I didn't invest in any skins or anything like that. But eventually I realized like, okay, I'm pretty much no life in this game. Now I will actually like get some skins because, it's something that I'm playing regularly, right? And I don't have any intentions as long as they continue to go in the direction they're going with the game to stop playing it at any point. So, you have to make these same, decisions, with yourself and stuff like that. Another thing I want to add too, if you've made it this far in the video, I do want to add that what I'm going to start doing is doing giveaways for certain skins and stuff like that, especially like when the new seasons start. I'm going to start going like, because I have a Discord, and if you look in my actual like information on like my main page, you can see like the link to my Discord. Once I get about 50 people or so, like in the Discord, more than what I have now, because like, right now the Discord is just for friends. But once I get about 50 people more in there, I already have a section set for like giveaways and stuff like that. And, we get some people in there that, get some chatter going and stuff like that. Like I said, probably like next season, if we can reach that goal, I will start doing giveaways, like just randomly selecting someone. And I've done giveaways before in the past for like COD and stuff, but I usually did those like through my stream. I'd say, come into the stream, leave a couple comments and, I will randomly select someone. So that is something that I actually do because I know there's a lot of people out there who, they don't have money to just drop and have like disposable income or anything like that. So, it would be nice to just kind of like give someone a free battle pass, a skin here or there when I know it's something that a lot of people really want or looking forward to and stuff like that. But, back to what I was saying though, yeah, if you're somebody who doesn't have like, I'm at a point in time in my life where like I should be comfortable. Me and my wife, we have made investments in ourselves and our lives and stuff like that to where, we do have disposable income and we're very fortunate to be able to have that. And like I said, even with having disposable income, I'm still very like, I think about it before I just go out and like make purchases on things, right? But at the same time though, at this point in time, like, I don't have to worry about if I want to buy a skin in a video game or whatever, right? That's just like how I'm living my life. But, I'm fully aware that there's a lot of people out there who are, living paycheck to paycheck, just getting by and stuff like that. And, honestly, that video games and buying cosmetics in them should not be like the main focus if that's the case, right? Like that's a luxury. Just like I was saying that, I may really want a Corvette in my driveway, but I don't make Corvette money yet, right? I'm content with my car that I have that's, right there about to be paid off. And the things that I do have and stuff like that. But as far as like a $20 skin, I probably spend more a day on like energy drinks, to be honest with you, or every couple of days, to be honest. So and grabbing some Domino's or McDonald's or something for the kids. So that's just kind of like whatever. But like I said, that's not everyone's case. There's people out there who are loaded and they spend that much. Or hundreds of dollars going out to get drinks or something to eat or something like that, right? So everybody's situation is different. It's not to like knock anybody or put anybody down or anything, but people sitting back like just kind of thinking that the world owes them cosmetics and video games is kind of wild, and I think just to sit back and look at it from the perspective of, would you want me coming into your job if you work at McDonald's or the local pizza shop or whatever, and just be like, yo, life's hard for me. Just give me free food, right? And, your employer's like, well, we can't really pay you because a lot of people just came in here with sob stories about how hard their life is. So we're not charging anybody, right? So you should just work for, out of the kindness of your heart. Like, no, there's a word for that, and I don't think anybody likes it, right? So, it is what it is. But let me know in the comments, though. Do you guys think that they need to lower the prices? Do you think people are just complaining and they're entitled? What do you guys think? But just keep it civil in the comment section, though. No name calling, none of that jazz. Just get your point across without having to put anybody else down or anything like that. But this is Father Dark, and I'm out. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one.